Jesus said, "This is a wicked generation. There is no faithfulness, no love, no acknowledgement of God in the land."
I would say everyone said, "I want the money for my children."
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them,
if
I told them the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself
said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember, the devil is somebody who knows.
Smart?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
The Star of David is actually the Star of Remphan, an ancient symbol linked to the worship of Saturn. The Torah never mentions it. The Talmud never mentions it. It doesn't appear in early Jewish texts at all. But in the Bible, the prophet Amos condemns it. The star, carried by those who turned to false gods. Early Christians repeated the warning in the book of Acts. Centuries later, the six-pointed star resurfaces in Kabbalah, mystical writings, not scripture. From there, it spread across European synagogues. By the 1600s, it was seen as a Jewish emblem, and in the modern era, it became the banner of Zionism and the State of Israel. But if its true roots are in the Star of Remphan, was it really a mark of faith, or a symbol of something much darker?
Star of Remphan, Moloch, and the Seal of Solomon, with a line with a pitcher saying it pours down everything. Then I have this. Then I have the devil smoking weed right here. Then I have a jester with his cards. Then I literally have a jester smoking again. And guess what? The word Saturn. Literally just Saturn, no other planet. Hello. Another devil bird. The rooster. A sacrificial man leading the young men to die. A scarecrow, quite literally just a scarecrow. The llama. The beehive. The grave. The gnome. And the drunken knight.
The truth is never hidden. It's only camouflaged as entertainment. They put it right in your face because they have to. It's part of their contract. But who are they really? Well, I have the complete DOJ list. I have all of the politicians' names. I have all of the actors and actresses' names. I have all of the athletes, and I have the entire music industry's names, along with their demons. Every single one of them is a demon, and I have all of the names. Are you ready for it? If so, you need to be following me on all social media at Camrose Paranormal Research. Nothing will ever be the same once I release the information that I have. I have about 600 pages, along with all of the videos, probably 48 hours worth of videos at this point. So if you're interested, hop over to YouTube, look for the playlist with the red book. Hop over on Facebook and do the same. Instagram and TikTok. All of it's there. But the really big information is not going to be released on any of these platforms because they are all owned by the same company, Meta. And they're not happy that I have this information. Stay tuned. And the only way to find out about it is to subscribe to me.
6 planets will line up for a rare parade on February the 28th. But how can we best see it?
So you need to be looking towards a clear western horizon, so you need good clear skies, and most importantly, no obstruction, so you can see the lower down planets in the evening twilight.
And if we're using our phone, how can we adjust our settings so that we can take a good photo of it?
So first of all, you can use a smartphone, and there are dedicated camera adjustments for exposure, long exposure particularly. But you can also use a camera like this. This is called a DSLR.
And this is what it will look like. And so we can see Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune and Uranus.
It's an incredible astronomical opportunity. So if you've got the chance, bite the bullet and have a look.
Clear that the Jews want to exterminate the European race. Richard Coudenhove Kalergi, who is the father of the European Union and who was funded by the Jewish bankers Rothschild and Warburg. Now, this man wrote a book called Praktischer Idealismus in 1925, in which he stated that the Jews are a master race and that the Jews can only assume the throne of rule over the world by weakening the European race, and that the means to weakening the European race would be to dissolve all the European nations, destroy all their cultural heritage and their national traditions, and replace that with the European Union, and then to invite in Africans, Middle Easterners, and Asians to dilute the blood of Europeans through miscegenation to the point where they became a degenerate mixed race. And then at that point, these people would no longer have any sense of nationhood, and the ancient Jewish messianic prophecies of world rule out of Jerusalem, with Jews maintaining their nationhood and their national status, it would fulfill the Jewish messianic prophecies that the Jews could then rule the world. And this was completely in line with what Nikolai had written in 1917 and has manifested itself recently with the invasion of immigrants from Africa, from the Middle East, and from Asia into Europe, America, and Australia. And they are deliberately setting about to genocide the white race and destroy all sense of nationhood and national heritage and national culture.
Yo, take a look at this. Have you guys seen this photo? This person right here is a former president. This person right here, his name is mentioned on the list. If you guys know what I mean, you guys need to do some more research. Take a look at that face. You guys know who that is. Don't deny it. Quit lying to yourselves. Time to wake up, my friends.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do.
When Jim Carrey said this, he revealed that celebrities kidnap children, but now another celebrity even more famous has come forward with something far more horrifying. After the Epstein files were released, it became clear that many famous names were tied to disturbing crime, especially celebrities we all know. But among them, Nicki Minaj decided to come forward and expose everything. She turned on everyone, revealing the secrets of the biggest celebrities she had worked with, and it is terrifying. The day after the Epstein files dropped, Nicki posted several messages, but two in particular caught the attention of millions. She claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce sacrificed children to maintain and increase their power. Along with this, she shared a photo showing Jay-Z on two separate occasions, each time surrounded by women he had relationships with. In both cases, the age gaps raised serious questions. The second post was even more disturbing. She wrote, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their god."
Guarantee anyone who's never heard of this before, look into the flat Earth. The Earth is flat, just like it appears on the horizon. The Earth is motionless, just as you feel motionless. Everything in the sky revolves around us, just as it appears if you look up and use your own eyes, your own senses. Everything that your senses tell you is what's happening. But you've been fed a false system. You've been shown CGI images with a ball Earth with a horizon that curves. You've been shown more CGI images with a ball Earth that spins. You've been shown planets that spin like billiard balls around each other, many different directions at many different speeds simultaneously. You've been shown all these things in CGI format. You've had Freemasons lie to you and tell you they've seen it for themselves, but you've never seen it for yourself. You've just been lied to and shown pictures, and you believe those. Take a look at these anomalies, not only on the pictures of the Earth, but on the pictures of the Moon. because we've never been to the moon either. NASA's moon landing hoax is all about going far enough away, supposedly, that they could turn around and take a picture of this spinning ball Earth they've been talking about for 450 years and say, hey, we were right, look at that.
When Mr. Werner von Braun, supposedly the man who built the best rockets of all time, we've got computers now. We still can't build what he built. We can't go back to the moon. Werner's gone. But you see, Werner lied to us his whole life. But on his tombstone, he told the truth. He left us a little psalm from the Bible, 191. That's 9/11 encoded, of course, because Werner was no idiot. But what 191 psalm tells us is the firmament showeth the handiwork of God. So make up your mind, Mr. von Braun. Did your rockets go to the moon, or is there a firmament? Which one of those two things is true, buddy? I think I'll take your deathbed statement.
At first, I thought this was an image of Jeffrey Epstein with a high school graduate on his lap on the day of her graduation, but the rabbit hole that this journey took me down was much darker in my opinion. So here's the EFTA number for those who want to look into this themselves. As you can see, there are multiple pictures of Epstein with this person. This looks to be at Epstein's home, and it looks like this girl is graduating. But where's she graduating from? I zoomed in, and it is called the New School. And the New School is a kind of pseudo college in the New York City area that, according to them, encourages scholars, artists, and designers to come together to challenge convention and create positive change. So of course I had to search through the files looking for any mentions of the New School, and it appears that Epstein was actually paying for somebody's tuition there. There are actually a lot of different mentions of the New School as an institution within the Epstein files, and according to my search, it comes up 227 times. That is, if you search the New School. However, according to reporting from the New School Free Press, which I assume is the New School's newspaper, documents actually connected the New School president, Bob Carey, directly to Epstein and some concerning others. So interestingly, Carey, the president of the New School, his name is mentioned in 2010 in an email that reads, "Trouble with New School. Carey is out there after this year, and it's unclear who the new president will be." And they were unable to confirm if he knew Epstein or not at the time. But why was there trouble? Why did Epstein care about the New School at this point? We don't know. And Carey, the former president of the New School, according to the emails, attended dinners with Epstein and some guests, including Woody Allen, the controversial film director accused of sexual abuse, and also Ehud Barak, the former director of Israeli intelligence and the former Israeli prime minister. Curiously, it also says that he had dinner with Peter Thiel, which is a loaded statement as well. As you can see here at the bottom of this reporting, there are also documents showing that Epstein was involved with multiple students there at the New School. And yeah, I mean, it's just really strange. I mean, Epstein was definitely tied to certain institutions, but why the New School? I've been studying the files since they dropped. I've been talking publicly about Epstein for years, since 2022 on my social medias. I've made entire documentaries about Epstein posted on YouTube. I'm good friends with multiple Epstein survivors. I've interviewed them. I've heard their stories. I've worked with investigative journalists who covered Epstein. I've learned from the greats, and I've been really deep in this whole thing for a long time, in a much bigger way than TikTok. A lot of people think that I just get on here and make videos, but that's not even a 1/1,000,000th of what I've been up to. However, the reason I'm saying all this is because I've never heard of the New School. I don't know why this school is brought up in the files. I don't know why Epstein seemed to have been close to the guy who was running the school, or what this has to do with anything. But if anybody has any insights or ideas, I would really appreciate you letting me know, because I'm just deadly curious at this point.
Goyim were born to only serve us, he said in a 2010 sermon. Without that, they have no place in the world, only to serve the people of Israel.
Epstein was Jewish and a Zionist and had big connections to Israeli politicians.
He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 30 years old.
The way they explained it was, we had 2 timelines. We had a choice. They said that there were people in power scripting the book of Revelations to bring about the end of the world. They want to do this. These religious nuts, I guess you would call it, people that are, I don't know why they want to do that.
I think it's a shadow government, and that's why they're building bunkers and all this, because they're trying to engineer the end of the world.
Yeah, and that's what she told me. That's what the beings told me. That they were trying to bring about the end of the world. And if we go that route, it would end up in Armageddon. And like the Bible says, Jesus comes back and saves the world, right? That's what I was talking about with Sean Ryan, was that timeline. But the other timeline they said was that the reset button didn't have to happen if we made the choice to seek the light and remove the darkness from and that they would help. And that's by waking us up.
And does that lead us into the 2026 event?
2026, into a time of awakening and peace, not war.
And you have been called, I know you don't like the word prophet,
right?
So let's just call it a prediction. What was the prediction that the lady made?
Well, what she told me was, it was a riddle in a way. She said, when the red star of Regulus, now keep in mind, I don't know anything about astronomy. I don't know what Regulus is. She just put these numbered words out. She said, when the red star of Regulus aligns in the gaze of the Sphinx, and she showed it to me. It looked like a little red ball. Now, Regulus is blue.
It's blue.
But she said it would appear red on the horizon just before dawn. When that happens, at that point, it would mark a shift into a new knowledge and awakening of the people. Don't mean that you're going to flip the switch and we all of a sudden know that day. I think it's just the beginning of a new era, a new knowledge, and maybe that's the revealing of this, the truth of consciousness.
And this will be the Sphinx gazing at Regulus.
Yeah.
You know what constellation Regulus is in?
It's in Leo.
It's in Leo.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Why does the Space Force have on their badge a triangle,
right,
with the Sphinx looking up at the star?
That's funny that you mentioned that. If you look at a lot of the logos, whether it's NRO, there's all this Egyptian iconography on them.
Yeah.
It makes me think they know something we don't know.
Oh, they do.
They do.
They do. I can tell you they do.
What do they know? And why won't they tell us?
I wish I could tell you something I do know.
Okay.
But let's just say, without me getting in really serious trouble.
Are you under any NDA?
No,
you're not.
No.
So you can speak freely.
I can, but I might cut my toes off or cut myself off from a stream of information.
As the legal counsel, I would advise you to be careful here.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it. But I do know that they documented things over the last several hundred years.
Several hundred years?
Ever since they started keeping records in the U.S. and abroad over hundreds of years, thousands of years, 2,000 or more. The specific thing I'm speaking about.
Well, we can see orbs and paintings that are hundreds of years old.
Yeah. And it's like the Gelder painting of Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist.
Yes.
There's a cloud up there, and it looks like a flying saucer with laser beams.
Yes, it does.
How did they know to draw laser beams in the 1300s?
Right, exactly.
They didn't have a flashlight, right? So, yeah, there's a whole lot of knowledge we don't know. There's hidden knowledge.
Do you think disclosure is happening now?
We're in post-disclosure.
You think it's already happened?
It's happened. It's happening one person at a time.
Because I'm very suspicious of what we're being told.
Right.
Because I don't know what's true and what's not true. So I don't know if this is planned disclosure. And if it is, I don't like that.
Well, they're planning it. They're definitely planning it. And they've turned up the notch 100%, right? Partly because when the drone thing happened, and they weren't drones. They were not drones at all. And we know that. They weren't.